Hello, good day and welcome to this very wet Friday. Thank God it's Friday, and in this part of the world, Fridays this way we work close a bit earlier than normal. So I believe so many people are looking at their time now. It's already 11 o'clock with this rain. So, well, thank God. You're highly welcome to our program, the Life of Men program, Choices. I'm still your host here. I'm back to my normal base. On Monday, I had to do an ad hoc program, but I believe we enjoyed it, no matter how it was, but at least we had to do it. It's better than telling people, oh, we couldn't do it. Fine, I told us that we'll be continuing on the focus of trust. And as at Monday, we're talking about how do I earn trust? We're still on that today. How do I earn trust? You earn trust in diverse ways. I told us last Monday that one of the major ways to earn trust is by being yourself. Do not be fake. Don't say another thing and do another thing. Make sure you say it and do it. That is number one key of granting your trust to me, to your friend, to your colleague, to anybody around you. Because so many people in our world today will say a different thing and do a different thing. But that's not where we are. We're talking about how to earn trust. We're not talking about a lost trust yet. We're talking about you need to earn trust. You're entering into a relationship. You have people you are around and you want them to actually trust you. There are a few basic things that I expect us to know. One of the major things I said last Monday is that you need to, first of all, know the values you place on yourself. What are your values? Are they good, strong values? Another thing I also said was, are you talking in between your cheeks? Are you the type that say one and do another? It's very common in Nigerian civil service sector. Somebody is meaning another thing and the person is telling you another thing. But God will help us. As many as are getting to hear this little voice of mine, we'll begin to see how we can change this whole attitude. We need to say what we mean and do what we actually are saying. And in that way, we'll be able to build trust. I also made us to understand that it is not good for us to say, oh, I trust this person, I trust this person. No, love everybody like William Shakespeare said. Love everyone, but trust a few. Do wrong to none. Try not to do wrong to anybody, but just try and be normal. Be yourself. If you tell somebody, I will be there at 10, be there at 10. For any reason it is changing, let your communication be open. I talked about communication that day. I said, talk about your issues. Discuss everything. Be very open. And what is communication? Communication is the ability to pass a message with the aim of getting a feedback, making sense and getting a feedback. That is communication. So if your communication with your friend, your partner is not smooth, there's bound to be lack of trust. And for you not to really have such an issue, you need to communicate clearly. If you're talking to me as your friend, tell me who you are and let what you're telling me match with what I am seeing with you. If I am your boss and you want me to trust you as my secretary or as my subordinate, I need you to say it and leave it there. Let it be the truth and the reality. Don't say this and do this. It's painful. Fine. One of the things I am talking about today again is I said, know yourself and your intentions. You know, so many people, they will have a different intention and they are saying a different thing. Especially in a boy-girl relationship. A guy knows that he has no path with you. after that time. He's only looking for an immediate reward from you then. And then he's feeling, if I don't impress her, I won't get it. Why impress her and then lose the major thing? Why not just be yourself? Why not just say it the way it is? Do the right thing at the right time. Don't meet a girl on your first date and you propose to her. That's not what we are talking about. When you want to propose to a girl, you must know the person. And you, the girl that they are proposing to, you must give yourself time to know, who is this guy? That's the reason why so many people are having issues today. They don't actually look into who they have met. They will just say, oh, I jump into this. Nobody has told me before I love you, so this one is telling me I love you, he's carrying me about, so for that reason, I want to just die with him. At the end of the day, you regret. So please make sure that you are the type that know yourself and understand your intent. It's not every relationship that should end in marriage. So don't take it like that. I've heard of people saying, the guy who was talking with me, or suddenly he just left me. When he was talking with you, did he ever tell you, I want to marry you? The answer is no. He was only being friendly with you, and you took advantage of it and now started advertising to everybody, my husband, my fiancé. He's not yours. He has not made a proposal. That's why a lot of people say, he disappointed me. Meanwhile, nothing has really gone wrong. You are the one who is doing something that is wrong. So please, my beloved, make sure that you try as much as you can to be very, very discreet in your communications. Say it and leave it. Let it be pure that you are saying what you know. Make your words count. Let your words be seen in your actions. Hello? I said, let your word be seen in your actions. Don't just say, let me just do it. There's nothing like that. Do the right thing. Be ready to communicate at all times. Be ready to communicate. Be ready to explain things exactly the way they are. Don't say just because you want to say for saying's sake. Make sure that you are doing the right thing. Let your communication be free. Let your communication be that sweet. Make sure that you are not just talking for talking's sake. Let that word, communication, be there. That you actually want to pass an information with the aim of getting a feedback. If you are not passing a proper information, the person will not understand you. And then you have only talked, you only blabbed. The person did not get to know what exactly you are talking about. Say it and pass the information very well. Then you will get a resounding understanding from the person, a yes or a no. So be sure that you are communicating right. Be a good listener. Don't just say, somebody is talking to you. You're already talking. No. Listen a little. Understand. Do you know that when you are listening to somebody, the person begins to trust you, saying, at least I have somebody I can talk to. There are so many people that don't have people to talk to because they are afraid of who to talk to. They don't know who they will talk to, that will just jump into the middle and begin to blame them and begin to say, you got it right or you didn't get it right. No. Even when it's your daughter or your son or your brother or your sister or your closest friend or your wife or brother that comes to tell you things that happened anywhere they went to, be patient enough to hear the person out. After hearing the person very, very well, you can now quietly ask a question. You want me to actually tell you the truth? I always ask that question. I say, do you want me to tell you the truth? And the person, if you say yes, I will say, okay. But if you are not ready to say, go ahead. I'm not ready to tell you. Because some people just want to air their mind and they are not ready to hear what you want to say. So how you can only grant them your trust is by listening to them. Really? Okay. By the time you are done, the person who is out to learn, who has come really for a solution, will be willing to now hear you. Then you can now offer solution. Not that you just jump at anybody who comes to say, do you know what? Today, this is what happened, this blah, 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 and you start condemning. Do not condemn. The fear of condemnation has made so many people not to come out straight to tell you their problem. In a husband and wife relationship, so many women cannot tell their husbands exactly what is going on with them. Do you know? Let me tell you why. When they think of how the man will react, no, I don't want this man to react this way. They will try to start managing. Management, things are going wrong. So what you need to do is, if you can learn to listen to your spouse. Some men are also afraid of their wives. They cannot actually come out to say, my dear, let me tell you what happened today. They are afraid because they don't know what you will be thinking. So for you to avoid losing trust of the person, try as much as you can to be calm and listen, especially in a relationship. Man-wife relationship is very important that you listen. You, the man, listen to your wife. You, the woman, listen to your husband. Know what exactly are they talking about. What are they saying? What was the reason? Like I said when I was talking about forgiveness, sometimes some of those things that you see them do was not done because the person wanted to hurt you. The person was actually protecting you. The person knows that your shock absorber might not be able to take the shock. So the person kept it to herself or himself and waiting for a ripe time. So if the ripe time is there, the person will communicate. The person will also put in consideration how you feel, how you would think. So it's very important for us to actually try as much as we can to give our ear to our spouses. Do not interrupt when somebody is talking to you. No interruption. Let the person know that you are there ready to hear him or her. Always. Then be slow to asking for favor. Yes, sometimes you want to ask for favor. If you're asking for favor from somebody who you know that you can ask the person asking for, fine. But not at maybe in your first date with somebody, or telling the person, please come and help me, oh, my rent is due, I need help, oh, I need this, oh, or that and that. Some guys are very good at that too. They will meet a girl and say, I've been very hungry since morning. Did you cook anything? Can you bring me food? Yes, in this Abuja, that is a normal thing. And then one other bad thing that will make you not to get somebody's trust is when somebody trusts you enough to come to you and tell you. It's not easy to beg anyway, let me tell you. It's not easy to meet somebody and tell the person, do you know I have this problem? Can you help me solve it? So count it as a privilege if somebody comes to meet you to say, can you assist me? Please assist the person willingly and wholeheartedly. Where you cannot, let the matter end with you and him there or her there. Do not say it outside. It's not a matter of, oh, I have helped Mr. A, I have helped Mr. B, and you are now using it for preaching for those of us that preach. Or for those of us that do talk shows. You now use it for example and say, I have helped this person, I have been putting food on this person's table, I have been doing that. It makes people lose trust in you. You will realize that the person next time, even if I am dying, Chinyere, I won't tell you again. Because I feel hot for the one you have already done. When you are telling people, you have been doing this, I have helped you, I have done that, it makes people lose trust in you. But do you know that the Bible is even made it clear that what you have given to your brother or your sister should not be discussed? In the fellowship where I belong, Sisters Fellowship International, our mentor, Mommy Chess, used to tell us, go to your sister and collect anything you want. Yes. Trust your sister enough to enter her house and enter her kitchen and take what you want. That's what Mommy preaches. And then when you do it and you hear it outside, that your sister you went to her kitchen to collect something has started talking about it outside, go again and collect again so you don't get angry. So unforgiveness will not come in. But that's reality. But it takes a very bold heart to do such a thing, you know. If I have come to meet you now and I've asked you for something and then tomorrow it is being discussed, or when you are preaching you use it as an example, or when you are doing any other discussion, it is part of a discussion, then it means that I can never come to you again. So if you don't want to lose the trust of that person who you have always seen come to you, discuss things with you, please make sure on your own that you do not burn the bridge. Yes. Try as much as you can to make sure that that person that you are trying to get the person's trust does not lose it along the way. Maybe because the person was able, maybe when you were talking, the person now told you one little secret, it now becomes something that is a subject of discussion everywhere. Then that's not correct. Do as much as you can to stop yourself from being ridiculed by your own attitude or by another person. Because by the time you are discussing what I have come to discuss with you in secret, you are ridiculing yourself. Because the person you are telling, if it's me you've come to tell, I will pinch myself and tell myself the truth that, hi, this guy can't be trusted though. Which means if I tell him anything tomorrow too, he will take me out and tell others. You understand? That's how it works. So try as much as you can not to allow anybody to lose trust in you. Like I said, for somebody you have been trying to groom, it is a bad thing and a difficult thing for you to go to the person and start asking for favor. It will make the person wonder, I'm looking up to this person, and then the same person is the person doing this to me, it no work. So, it works hand in hand. So do not ask for favors. Do not. If you are the one at the top, do not ask for favors. And if you're the one that is being counseled, you should also be wary who you ask for favor from. Do not agree to a thing when actually you mean no. There are things that you just say, okay, let me just get off the hook. So many people say that. Let me just get off the hook and say yes. Meanwhile, you don't want to do it. That's very wrong. In every relationship, let your yea be yea. If you're telling yourself anything, tell yourself the truth. My father used to tell us that the worst lie, disfavor anybody can do to himself or herself, is to lie to himself or herself. And if you call your spouse a part of you, the worst you do to yourself is to be lying to him or her. Tell yourselves the truth. Naked you are, naked you will go. So why don't you just say it that way? It might be bad, it might hurt, but at the end of the day, you are better off that both of you know the truth. So don't ever say, let me just compromise and say yes. Me, I am Madam Hoha, so I am ready to tell you no when I know it's not possible. I like to take risk. I like to dare things. But when I know I cannot do it, I tell you it's not possible. So don't go into things that you know that ordinarily you will not want to do. You know yourself, you know very well that nothing will make you answer that call. And then somebody is calling, you're telling the person, you're lying to yourself and saying, yes, I know and I don't know. You are lying. And once there is iota of lie in any relationship, that relationship cannot stand. Be it work relationship, be it contract relationship, be it man-woman relationship, any kind of relationship, formal or informal relationship, let your watchword be honesty. Make sure that you are building your relationship based on trust and honesty. This is who you are. This is who you are per time. In this pandemic, I asked a question on Monday and I want to repeat it again. So many people are just lying and lying. So many people, you have people who live in other states, who live in other parts of the world, and you know very well that you don't even remember them. But when maybe one of them remembers and calls you, you now be praying for you. Especially if you have a relation that is in the medical field. The nurse say, we are praying, we know that if people are on the line and this, that. Stop lying. If you want to build trust around that person, oh, my sister, how are you? I believe you're fine. Check on them. The more you check on them, the more you build trust. Check on people. Some of us who run schools, whose schools are no longer functioning because of the pandemic, how many of you have called us to say, oh, how are you faring? What is going on with you? But rather, some people are feeling, yeah, man, school is not on, they are holidaying. How can we be holidaying when we are not getting 1 naira in our account? Is it not when school opens that owners of school and private schools will get money? So how many of you care? How many of you how many of the people have you been able to contact and say, how are you doing? Have you been able to give people any help in this season? All in the name of being a friend or being a sister or a brother. So many people will say, I am doing well. You are working where they are paying you even in the pandemic. So many people are not getting money. There are families that husband, wife are no longer working, and there are children. How many of them have you been able to say, hello, what's going on? Sometimes you don't have money to give. You don't even have food to give them. But just calling them, make them feel that they are still part of you. It's another way of building trust. Anyway, thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time with us today, watching this program. I appreciate you all. Come with me again on Monday when I will be looking at a very critical point of trust. I'll be looking at trust issues that can ruin you as a person. Trust issues that can ruin you as a person. That's what we'll be looking at by Monday. So please join me same time, 11 o'clock on Monday, when we'll be discussing on trust again. And then let's find out what are those things that can make us get problems in our relationships. I want to tell you to please stay safe. Coronavirus is very real. Stay safe. Make sure you stay blessed. If you have an underlying case, do not go out anyhow. Make sure you cover yourself if you're leaving your comfort zone. And watch every member of your family closely. The Lord bless you and keep you all. Have a pleasant weekend. God bless you. Bye.